Hello, gorgeous beings of light. This is Elmara coming to you from the spectacular south coast of New South Wales in Australia. Look at this gorgeous little spot I just found. I was out having a coffee early this morning with a friend, and I hadn't noticed before in this part, because I've been in different parts, how the sea is both light and dark. Isn't it spectacular? Really, really love it. So I thought I'm on my way home from shopping that I might just take a moment to share with you. You can see how windy it is today. We're supposed to have some Arctic breeze blowing in. The breeze is gold, but look at that, the sun shining. It's the middle of winter. How blessed are we? I also wanted to share with you something really, really powerful that just happened last weekend. I went back to my beautiful favourite spot in the world, Tilba, to visit a friend of mine, and she told me about somebody that I had known when I lived there. Spirit has always told me it's not what you put in your mouth, it is what comes out of it that ultimately decides, how long you stay here and whether you go. So, and this was brought home to me. There was a woman there who I knew, who was all about the organic food. She ate nothing but she ate organic food. She didn't eat sugar, she didn't eat chocolate, she didn't drink coffee, she didn't do any of those things. I've done all those things and I was still crook, so that's why I have a different opinion about it. I'm not crook now, and I eat anything I want, and I bless everything that I eat and give thanks to the plants as well as the chicken or the fish or whatever that may have given up its life so that I may live on this earth at this time. So, and yes, I don't need as much food as I used to years ago because of the amount of work I do, but I still need to eat about one meal a day. But what I wanted to tell you was this woman who sometimes would be just like outrightly damn rude. I can remember waiting to speak to buy something from her, and she was carrying on and on about all the toxins that are in fat and all the toxins that are in food, and that you really should, like if you're carrying excess weight, then you're just a walking time bomb and you're going to die cancer and blah, 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 blah. It was all quite icky, her opinion of what was going on. And I couldn't help myself because sometimes I just get fed up with people's rubbish. And I remember when she went to serve me, I just said to her, you do know that it's not what you put in your mouth, but what comes out of it that ultimately decides whether you stay or go here, don't you? Oh, yes, I know that. So, and a couple of times I tried to help this lady because I could see that she was so rigid, thinking, but also too, if you think it's what you eat that decides whether you come here, you're so missing the point of your life here on earth. It is actually your spirit. And it's about you. Your spirit comes down into a physical body in order to you have a unique purpose for being here that only you can do. So you are this unique, gorgeous, beautiful, amazing human being, spiritual being that's in a human body, and you chose to come in a human body because at this time of awakening on earth, there's a job that's just there for you to do. Now, usually that job is tied up with our stuff that we've been through, the crap that we've been through in our past. So if you were someone who was sexually abused as a child, say, if you can find out the purpose for that happening, you can move out of being a victim into living a life with purpose. And you might be just like me, who helps many other people who are caught in that, because a lot of the stuff that's around, or especially even healers, they're all about you playing in your poop, as we call it. You're just digging up your poop and burying it, digging up your poop and burying it, digging up your poop, and you're just always talking about the crap that happened to you, instead of realizing in this moment, you get to choose what it is that you want. And when you go back over all of that old stuff and dig it up and talk about it and retell your story over and over again, you're just re-anchoring that crap into your body. And your family might have stopped, or whatever your circumstances were, all of that abuse stopped happening, when you were a child, probably, when you're a younger person. But you were still inflicting that abuse on yourself every time you retell that story. So find out the purpose for it's happening and move out of being a victim into living a life with purpose. And that's why Spirit said it doesn't matter what you eat, really. It matters, how much you bless that or whatever. So the thing that I wanted to tell you was that this woman who, what a boring life, has eaten nothing but good food. And I mean, she was skinny. I thought she was a lot older than what she was, which is interesting for having eaten all that food. But apparently she's only about the same age as me, about 60 years of age. And yeah, she's got weeks to live. Cancer riddled from head to toe, skin to bone. Tried one round. After all of that alternative, I'm not into doctors, blah, 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 still goes and tries chemo, but they've sent her home to pass away. The only way that she will make it now is if she remembers she's a spiritual being and wakes that light up inside of her, because it isn't. I mean, if that was me, if I'd spent my entire life eating nothing but organic food and nothing but pure food and no sugar, no cake, no coffee, no nothing, then I would be really pissed. But what she doesn't understand is that is something that is coming from within her being, because it's about your spirit. It's about how alive and awake your spirit is. And those telomeres that people, now they're taking drugs to enhance their telomeres, how ridiculous. Telomeres, they've found out that when children are young, they have really, really long telomeres. When people get old, they're really, really short. And when there's no more telomeres left, they die. Well, your telomeres are your sender receiver signals from your spirit and from that all that infinite universe that we're a part of that actually exists within us. The reason they get shorter and shorter as we get older is because we become more and more removed from the light of who we are, or from the spirit of who we are. And that's why people who do have spontaneous healings or spontaneous awakenings are usually people who have seen the light, who connect into that infinite universe or that infinite part of who they are. So my story today is please just bring more joy into your life. And if you want to eat a cake, then just bless it, thank it, and eat it. You could even ask your guides and angels to transmute all of the calories to pure source light to nourish and heal your body. And whatever you don't need is just let go of. That's another way that you can do that. If you feel, well, the worst thing you can do is feel guilty about having a piece of chocolate or having a cake and a coffee or whatever. If you're going to have a cake and a coffee or eat a piece of chocolate, the best thing that you can do is get right into your spirit, become fully present in the moment and eat that piece of chocolate or that piece of pizza or that cup of coffee or whatever it is. Stay fully present and enjoy every mouthful of it, and it's not going to affect you. It only affects you when it's an unconscious process that you're actually doing. So that's my story today, and I was so pleased that I'm not so pleased that the lady's not going to be here much longer. I'm pleased that Spirit has taught me that all my life, and I've loved my life. If I was to go home tomorrow, I'd be the happiest person on earth because I've had a blast, despite all the yucky things that happened to me when I was younger. So, how can you become more of your light? Just breathe in. Be present. And if you've got a chattering head, just follow the breath in. Follow the breath out. Follow the breath in. And follow the breath out. And I was running a circle last week, and some person said to me, oh, my heart chakra is blocked. I went, your heart chakra is not blocked. You might think it's blocked. It's never blocked. It's alive and awake. It's just underneath some stuff. And one of the fastest ways to connect to your heart is to breathe in. Take your awareness up to the sun and connect into the beautiful, beautiful golden sun above you. Breathe out and connect your energy into the sun. Just make it your intention to take your attention to the sun. And then connect to the sun. Breathe in and bring the energy from the sun back down. All that beautiful source light that gives light and life to everything. Let it flood every cell, every atom, every molecule of being as you breathe out. And then just take the last little bit of that energy, the last 2% of that energy down through your lotus chakra and your feet, all the way down through the root system in your feet that you're establishing, and tie that energy around the big golden sun or the heart of Mother Earth. And breathe in this time and bring the energy from Earth back up. Grabbing all the minerals and nutrients and everything you need to sustain your physical life here on Earth. Bring it back up Let it flood every cell, every atom, every molecule of your being, and breathe out into your entire being, or just into your heart. If you knew you had a blocked chakra, you could just breathe that out into your base chakra, or into your solar plexus, or your heart, or your third eye. And then again, just take that last little bit up to the sun, and just do that a few times. And now just bring your awareness into the center of your chest, into your physical heart and your heart chakra. And draw the energy down from the sun and up from the earth simultaneously. And breathe out into your heart. We're just going to do that a few times. Breathe in. Breathe out. You can place your right hand on your heart and your left hand over the top, or just your right hand on your heart. And you will begin to feel some warmth or some tingling, or even some cold tingling. They're all signs that your heart is opening. Just do that for a few moments. Bring your awareness into the center of your being. And there we have it. Nice open heart, fully connected to earth and the sun. And if you really want to give yourself a nice little trip, just sit there breathing into your heart. Bring that energy down from the sun, up from the earth into your physical heart. Your heart chakra, breathing out and seeing all that beautiful golden light traveling throughout your entire being. Now this is part of the fifth dimension work that we do, connecting you to the fifth dimension. It's just an abbreviated version of that. And we will be running a fifth dimension, 2-day fifth dimension spiritual healing training program. You can find the details on my Facebook page, which is www.facebook.com/Elmara1111. So that's ELMARA, the number 1111, or 1111. So yeah, we would love you to join us. It's on the first full weekend, so the 7th and 8th of September 2019. It's in Ulladulla on the south coast of New South Wales. If anyone's travelling from Sydney, we have a spectacular Airbnb just 300 metres down the road that's cheap as chips and immaculately clean if you need somewhere to stay. And if not, we would just love to teach you about all of this and how you can get into the flow with the fifth dimension, because the fifth dimension is awake on earth. It's absolutely fully awake on earth. And if you're struggling, it's because you're an advanced being in a physical body, that your energy field just is out of alignment with the fifth dimension. And with the fifth dimension, we focus on we spend your energy focusing on what it is that you want, instead of spending your energy focusing on what you don't want. And that's what 90% of spiritual healing modalities, or even any healing, is all about. You know, fixing where you're broken. Well, you're not broken and you don't need fixing. You're an infinite, eternal, rich, abundant, gorgeous, sexy, radiant, powerful being of light. You can check out my testimonials at www.elmaraseraphim.com, and we really look forward to working with you sometime in the future. Namaste. Bye for now.